What up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, Mac, the Giants fan, man. Just coming in with a little something real quick. Just something I'm just been very annoyed with for a long time, actually, to be quite frank. But at the same time, I just got even extra annoyed this morning while I was riding around in the car, running some errands, listening to, Fox Sports on Sirius satellite radio, and I'm listening to Shannon and Skip. And I don't know. I know a lot of people have had it with Skip Bayless. A lot of people just feel like this dude's a complete moron. But you know what? I'm at a point of just total frustration with the dude because to be quite honest, man, somebody in his position shouldn't be so reckless with the things they say out their mouth, man. Like it's one thing to have your opinion. I'm all well and good with you having an opinion, you know what I mean? But it has to still be within reason, bro. It has to be reasonable. Like, don't just give your little ridiculous opinions and then your little statements you make, and it doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, that's just ridiculous. He's reckless, man. The things he says about LeBron James alone on a daily basis is just ridiculous enough as it is. I mean, look, you might not personally like LeBron James, but don't deny what that man does on the court, man. Don't make it seem like there's like several other players out here that are just as good as LeBron James. There's not, buddy. There's not several other players that's just as good as him. There's not really, in my opinion, no other players that's really as good as him. There's a lot of other players that are like up on his kind of close to his level of play, but not to that's my opinion. And I think that's a fair assessment of what LeBron James is. But this is not about LeBron James. This is about Skip Bayless. Like I said, the reckless things that come out of his mouth, man. This morning, it really got me, man. Like I'm on the record coming on here yesterday on my little video I dropped yesterday. Like, Tom Brady is absolutely the GOAT. I'm not denying that. I'm never going to deny that. At right now, he's the greatest to ever do it. But right now, Patrick Mahomes emphatically is the greatest doing it right now. But not according to probably everybody except for Skip Bayless, who was just on there this morning talking about how much right now Tom Brady is better than Patrick Mahomes. Now, look, buddy, like I said, I'm on record as Tom Brady's the GOAT. But right now, currently, 43-year-old Tom Brady is not better than Patrick Mahomes right now. I would much rather, and I think anybody else would much rather take Patrick Mahomes right now than Tom Brady right now. So you're sitting there making 1,000 excuses up. Oh, Patrick Mahomes, he has the best two receivers in football to throw the ball to. False. He has the best coach. You can make a strong statement for that. But he's not just a product of that. As those things do definitely help. I'm not going to say those things don't help. But at the same time, when you got an immense amount of talent like Patrick Mahomes, yeah, now you're denying the kid's actual talent. You're trying to say that this kid ain't really that good. Now, granted, he might not have these video game stats on certain other teams, but I think his skill set still says and proves that he'd still be pretty damn good no matter what team he played on. Pretty damn good. Maybe not quite. His numbers might not be quite what they are in KC. He do have some special weapons out there. But let me tell you right now, whereas I do agree Travis Kelce is 100% the best tight end in football, Tyreek Hill is a very, very good wide receiver, but he's not the best wide receiver in football. I'm sorry. I'm taking D-Hop. I'm taking Michael Thomas, despite how his season went this year. I'm taking Devontae Adams. I'm taking all three of those guys over Tyreek Hill all day long. Because Tyreek Hill don't have, he's fast, he's explosive, he makes big plays downfield, but he doesn't have the overall everything else those other guys have. I mean, he just doesn't, in my opinion. I just feel like Tyreek Hill is definitely a top 5 receiver in the NFL, but he's not the best wide receiver in the NFL. He's not the soul. He's not like he's very helpful to Patrick Mahomes' success. But come on, man, let's face it. Patrick Mahomes be having Sammy Watkins out there looking good. Markel Harmon is a third, fourth receiver. He be out there looking fly with Patrick Mahomes. So at what point do you just say Patrick Mahomes has a way of making these guys better as well? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if Tyreek Hill is the receiver that he is if he's got another quarterback with another team. You know what I mean? He was decent with Alex Smith. He was pretty good with Alex Smith. Was the quarterback out in KC. But I feel like since Patrick Mahomes took over, this guy is now ascended to, like I said, a legitimate top 5 receiver in the league. So at what point does Patrick Mahomes get credited for the success of Tyreek Hill? Skip Bayless, man, you're like I said, your opinions are reckless. It's like I said, I don't want to be that guy trying to tell you you can't have your own opinion, because you can. But when it's an ignorant one and it's based off of ignorance and it's just like ridiculous and it's so far out, so outlandish that it's like pretty much no one agrees with it. Like, come on, man. As great as Tom Brady has been, he's definitely not as good as Patrick Mahomes right now. And to be quite frank, honestly, Patrick Mahomes, the only way he's going to not break Tom Brady's records is if something crazy happens to him at this point, the way it looks, because statistically, he's far ahead of not just Tom Brady, he's far ahead of any other quarterback statistically at this stage of his career. Like, he's at a point where he's ready to smash quarterback records. Smash them. And of course, that could all change. You never know what can happen in the next few years. A lot of weird things could happen. I mean, but as far as what we know right now and the pace he's on, I mean, come on, man. Skip Bayless, man. You got to do better, man. You're in a position that a lot of other people wish they could be in. And you got to do better, man. You got to do better for the fans out here, man. Like, legit sports fans turn on your show, listening, looking, trying to hear, like, you know what I mean, good takes on good sports takes, and they just get your weird, most ridiculously biased opinions. Like, bruh, you don't have to be fans. Like, it's like, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, you know what I mean? It's been a year, you know what I mean? Yesterday was a year that, at the anniversary of his death, you know what I mean? I am on the record, and people know I was never a big Kobe Bryant fan, but I would never deny that man's talent. Never deny his talent on the court. I was never enough to take it to an extreme where I'm going to hate on the man's talent. I just wasn't a fan of him personally. I just felt like he was kind of an arrogant type of cat that I just, you know what I mean, don't get down with. But I never denied the man's talent. You straight up deny people's talent because you don't like them for whatever reason or another, bro. You making 1,000 excuses up why Patrick Mahomes is so damn good. And in one reason you're not saying is that the kid is just flat out good. He's just good. It's the one thing you're not saying, man. You making up, oh, he's got the 2 best receivers. He's got the best coach. It's not him. But everything that Tom Brady does is all Tom Brady. It's all been all him. It's not been no support system for him at all his whole career. He wasn't blessed with pretty much having a legit offensive line in front of him his entire career. His entire career, because we know he's not fleet of foot. We know he's not mobile. So he's been needed to be protected and been upright. We know what his weakness is a strong pass rush getting to him is his ultimate kryptonite and weakness. He's been exposed in that regard. So it's like, he's the greatest. I'm not denying that he's the greatest all the time. But Patrick Mahomes is definitely the greatest right now. And when you get on your little national sports show and you start saying these things, man, it's like you're not really, you're confusing the generic sports fan more than you're helping. I mean, us real sports fans like myself and other people who just know sports and know the game, we know what you're saying is a bunch of bullshit, for lack of a better word at this point. We know it's a bunch of BS. But for the generic fan that might be watching, you're doing more. You're not being helpful. You're just confusing them. You got to be better, man. Take a little more responsibility. Give fair takes, bro. Like I said, you cannot. I'm fine with you just not liking the guy. I'm fine with you just loving Tom Brady. I like Tom Brady too. As a football player, I like him a lot. Like I said, he's the GOAT, greatest of all time. But he's not the best right now, bro. He's not even the second best quarterback right now, currently playing in the NFL. Not as far as currently playing. He ain't even the second best. Come on, man. Just do better, man. I'm asking you, Skip Bayless, if you ever somehow hear this or hear anything about this rant, I'm just asking you to do better, bro. Do better. This your boy, man, Mac the Giants fan, man. If you feeling what I'm talking about, man, come to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Please hit them likes. Drop a comment, let me know what you think, man, and ring that bell, man. Once again, it's your boy Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan. Peace.